Chapter 441 Elder Son, you have influenced my disciple to lose money. Elder Son. These mazes, I feel that they are probably made by my disciple. Hearing Sun Chongqing's question, Luo Qianxue also expressed her guess. Xiaotang. Come here. In order to verify her guess, Luo Qianxue also shouted directly. She felt that Xiaotang must know what these mazes are like. Hee hee. Sister Luo, you are looking for me. Soon, Yi Xiaotang, with a smile on her face, walked into the maze from outside. Xiaotang. These mazes should be made by my apprentice. Seeing Yi Xiaotang coming in, Luo Qianxue also went straight to the point and asked. Sister Luo. These 1,000 maze flags were indeed set by my master. However, my master only wanted to ruin the family, because these 1,000 maze flags have all been activated. Even if no one breaks in, they will all become ineffective after 5 hours. I can only say that Sister Luo and Elder Son are lucky. Hearing Luo Qianxue's question, Yi Xiaotang also smiled and explained. So that's it. My disciple is still good at playing. At this point, Luo Qianxue looked directly at Sun Chongqing, who was already stunned, and said, Elder Son, look at this matter. I said no need to calculate, no need to calculate. You insisted on calculating some method to break the formation. Now it's all affected by my disciple's ruin. When did you say no need to calculate? Since entering the first maze, you haven't said a word. Moreover, I'm almost vomiting blood, and in the end it's my fault? Hearing Luo Qianxue's words, Sun Chongqing was about to go crazy. Xinghuan Holy Land, Xinghuan Peak. Brother Tu Meng. Do you think we will be discovered by him for tricking Master Xiaojiao? After fooling Hong Lao Lu, Wu Lang asked Tu Meng with an uneasy look on his face. Discovered? Let's not talk about whether we will be discovered or not. Even if we are discovered, what will happen? I tell you, Master Bound Foot won't be back for a while. He is probably in trouble now. I can't imagine how miserable he is at this moment. Hearing Wu Lang's words, Tu Meng said indifferently. Junior brother Wu Lang, have you been infected by Chen Fan? Why do you kneel down all the time? Seeing Wu Lang suddenly kneel down to him, Tu Meng also said in a confused voice. Master Bound Foot. Can you be gentler when you kick me later? Ignoring Tu Meng's question, Wu Lang said this with a wry smile. Ha ha ha. Junior brother Wu Lang, you are being a little naughty. You still want to test Brother Meng's courage, right? I said don't be afraid of that guy with small feet, then don't be afraid of him, not to mention that he can't come out in a short time. Even if he comes out, even if he stands behind me now, I will smile slightly, absolutely not. Before he could finish the last word, panic, a familiar figure walked out from behind and caught Tu Meng's eyes. Bang! Seeing Yi Xiaojiao suddenly appearing in front of him and looking at him with a smile, Tu Meng's legs softened and he knelt down directly. Then he smiled and said, Master Xiaojiao, when did you come out? Why didn't you tell me in advance so that I could welcome you? No need to welcome you. I have a limited time to come out this time, so let's hurry up and do business. After saying that, Yi Xiaojiao picked up one in each hand and walked directly to Tu Meng's luxurious villa. At this time, the two people who were carried like little chickens looked at each other and showed a bitter smile on their faces. They didn't expect that this beating would come so suddenly. The fifth fairyland, Yuling City. Fuck. Why are there so many people here? When Yifeng came to Yuling City and found that the streets were full of immortals, his face also showed a look of surprise. This is different from the towns he has appeared in before. Other towns can only be described as prosperous, but this one is packed with people. The streets are almost crowded with many immortals. Ancient ruins appear. This time I don't know how many people will die in it. As an immortal, I am going against the will of heaven. No matter how many people die in there will be some lucky ones who will soar to the sky. Who can say that lucky person can't be me? Stop talking, hurry to the place where the ancient ruins appeared. There are more and more people gathering there. If you go too late, you may not even be able to drink soup. Hearing the discussions of the immortals around him, Yifeng was also shocked and said, "It turns out that there are far more people preparing to enter the ancient ruins this time. How many people have already arrived at the ruins?" Thinking of this, Yifeng no longer thought about it, and followed the crowd to the east city gate quickly. A moment later. Yuling City, 100 miles away in the east. Is that the entrance to the ancient ruins? After arriving at the location, seeing the huge space crack in the distance that was 100 meters high and more than 10 meters wide, Yifeng also showed a touch of surprise. At the same time, he also noticed that the number of immortals gathered here at this time has reached hundreds of thousands. At a glance, there are crowds of people. Why do I always have the illusion that I went out for a holiday in my previous life? Standing in the crowd, looking at the endless crowd, Yifeng shook his head helplessly. As a spendthrift, I must be the first to go in. But, it's so crowded that I can't even get to the front. Seeing that he was still a long way from the entrance to the ancient ruins, Yifeng frowned and thought in his heart, if this was in the previous life, as a spendthrift, I must have a super VIP green channel. Wait. Thinking of this, Yifeng's eyes lit up. Although there was no place to apply for a green channel, he could create one himself. What's the matter with this idiot? One moment he was frowning, and the next moment he was grinning alone. No, I have to stay away from him, don't let him infect me again. At this time a bald man beside him frowned and prepared to stay away from Yifeng after noticing Yifeng's abnormality. However, when he wanted to move, he realized that there were people around him and it was difficult for him to move even 2 steps. Huh? What are these 2 idiots going to do? Finding that he couldn't move, the bald man's eyes fell on Yifeng again involuntarily. When he found that the other party suddenly took out a fairy ring, a puzzled look appeared on his face. Chapter 442 Master, do you need a temporary protector? Whoosh! As Yifeng threw the fairy ring containing 10 million top-grade fairy spirit stones to the left, he directly exploded the fairy ring with his mental power above the crowd not far away. Then, 10 million top-grade fairy spirit stones turned into a rain of spirit stones, falling madly from the sky. Fuck! Whose fairy ring exploded? There are so many top-grade fairy stones. Let's go to the ancient ruins. If I can grab enough top-grade fairy stones, I will just run away. Don't grab it. That's my fairy ring. Can you give me back the top-grade fairy stones you grabbed? As the sudden rain of spirit stones suddenly appeared, the crowd became turbulent in an instant. Countless people rushed directly to the range, where the spirit stone rain fell with bloodshot eyes, as if they had been injected with chicken blood. Whoosh! At this moment, Yifeng threw out another fairy ring, but this time he threw it to the right. Fuck! There is also a fairy ring exploded here. Grab it! As the crowds on both sides rushed towards the range of the spiritual stone rain, a wide road suddenly opened up in front of Yifeng. Is this kid crazy? Look at him, just to get to the front smoothly, he threw out so many top-grade fairy stones without blinking an eye. The bald man on the side saw this scene and his eyes were also shocked. He did not follow the people around to grab, but followed Yifeng to the front with a thoughtful look. One in front and one behind, he seemed to have become the other party's personal bodyguard. Huh? Brother, why don't you go and grab? Yifeng also asked curiously when he found the bald man who had been following him, but there was a hint of expectation in his eyes. If the other party was going to attack him, he would be even happier. Too many wolves and too little meat. Besides, I am a 9th level peak powerhouse in the immortal venerable realm. A mere top-grade immortal spirit stone cannot make me greedy. Hearing Yifeng's question, the bald man also explained. Then I'll throw top-grade immortal spirit crystals this time. Hearing the other party's words, and looking at the crowd in front of him again, Yifeng took out 2 immortal rings containing top-grade immortal spirit crystals and threw them directly to the left and right sides. Top-grade immortal spirit crystals? That amount of top-grade immortal spirit crystals. Hearing Yifeng's words, the bald man was stunned at first, then he sneered, thinking to himself, it's ridiculous. The top-grade fairy stones just thrown out are at least tens of millions. Can you throw out tens of millions of top-grade fairy crystals this time? It's no wonder that the bald man doesn't believe it. It's no exaggeration to say that even those immortals with great opportunities who enter the ancient ruins this time, the value of the treasures and natural treasures obtained in it is probably less than tens of millions of top-grade fairy crystals. So, he doesn't believe that Yifeng will throw out so many top-grade fairy crystals just to clear the way. Bang! Bang! Just when the bald man was secretly disdainful, the 2 fairy rings thrown out by Yifeng burst instantly, and the crystal rain formed by the top-grade fairy crystals appeared again. Damn! Am I dazzled? Those are top-grade fairy crystals, pouring down top-grade fairy crystals. If I can grab a few hundred of them, why would I go to the ancient ruins? Damn it, which bastard made the rule that when the ancient ruins appear, you can't hurt anyone before entering? Now you can't do anything, and those ants are getting the upper hand. This time, with the 20 million top-grade fairy crystals thrown by Yifeng, even the powerful immortals in the crowd couldn't hold back and rushed out without caring about their image. Ding! Congratulations to the host for triggering the prodigal behavior, reward 5 million prodigal points, reward 3 immortal pills, and reward a bucket of 10,000-year black ice stew. When Yifeng successfully came to the front, the system's reward prompt sound suddenly rang in his mind. System, what do you mean by rewarding me with a bucket of 10,000 years mysterious ice stew? Isn't the task you issued to let me go to the ancient ruins to find the 10,000 years mysterious ice stew? After checking the system's reward, Yifeng also asked with a puzzled look on his face. Ding! What does the system's reward of 10,000 years mysterious ice stew have to do with the host's search for the 10,000 years mysterious ice stew? Hearing the system's words, Yifeng was also stunned in place, because he felt that what the system said seemed to make sense. Hold it. I must hold it back. Even if I rush over, I'm afraid I can't grab many top-grade fairy crystals. It's better to follow this prodigal son in front of me. At this time, the bald man on the side saw the people around him who were madly grabbing, and he also forced himself not to go over, and followed Yifeng closely. Hey! Why are you still here? There are 10 million top-grade fairy crystals on each side, aren't you going to grab them? After finishing the conversation with the system, Yifeng realized that the bald guy was still following him. Master! Do you need a temporary protector? Don't want 10 million, just give me 100,000 top-grade fairy crystals, and I will guard you wholeheartedly during this trip to the ancient ruins. Hearing Yifeng's question, the bald man asked with a serious face. Huh? Temporary protector? Hearing the bald man's words, Yifeng also said in surprise, that's too much trouble, you just kill me, can't you take away all the top-grade fairy crystals on me? Kill you directly? You just throw out a fairy ring and a group of people will come to kill me. Unless my brain is soaked in water, how could I do such a stupid thing? Moreover, a super-rich kid who can throw out 20 million top-grade fairy crystals at will, do you dare to say that there is no protector nearby? Ahem. Thinking of this, the bald man also revealed a smile and said quickly, Master, to be honest, I just like trouble. Although I can kill you directly and take away all the top-grade fairy crystals, I just don't want to do that. I just want to be your temporary protector, to earn some hard work fees, not for anything else, just to experience the sadness brought by trouble. This bald man is crazy. Why do you have to like trouble? After hearing what the bald man said, Yifeng also looked at him with a look of a lunatic. No. I have to stay away from this psychopath, don't let him infect me. Thinking of this, Yifeng looked at the bald man and said directly, brother, although I really want you to be my temporary protector, your price is too high. I, a poor man, really can't afford it, so forget it. Chapter 443 Damn. This young man has no martial ethics. You are still poor. I am a peak 9th level immortal master, and my savings can't catch up with the 2 immortal rings you threw out, and then you tell me that you are poor. Hearing Yifeng's words, the bald man's face was gradually covered with black lines, and he even wanted to say to Yifeng, do you have any misunderstandings about the word poor? Master. If you feel that the price is a bit high, then you name a price, and I will never bargain. Although he felt that Yifeng didn't seem to want to pay attention to him, the bald man still didn't want to give up this opportunity to hug the big thick legs. Oh. How about free? Yifeng didn't expect that this bald guy would not give up, so he simply set a price that the other party could not accept at all. What is this guy doing? Free? I thought the other party would leave in a rage, but who would have thought that the other party would take out a black umbrella from the fairy ring and stand aside to block the dazzling sunlight above. Master. It's so sweet to have an umbrella in the scorching sun. From now on, I will fulfill all the duties of a protector. Seeing Yifeng looking at him with a puzzled look, the bald man also explained with a smile. This guy is interesting. After hearing what the bald man said, Yifeng didn't say anything more. Since the other party was willing to be a temporary protector for free, let him be a good protector. Anyway, he didn't lose anything. If the other party performed well, he didn't mind giving him a hard work fee later and earning a wave of rewards for wasting money. Boom. After a while, as the surrounding space fluctuated violently, the eyes of hundreds of thousands of immortals gathered here also looked at the entrance to the ancient ruins not far away. The entrance to the ancient ruins is open, rush. I don't know who shouted in the crowd, and the hundreds of thousands of immortals gathered here also rushed towards the entrance of the ruins with bloodshot eyes. Master. Let's charge. Before Yifeng could react, the bald guy put away his black umbrella, carried Yifeng and rushed towards the entrance of the ruins at the fastest speed. Fuck. This free protector is quite powerful. Looking at the bald guy carrying him, Yifeng suddenly felt that with such a free protector, this trip to the ruins would not be so boring. Inside the ancient ruins. Forest? There is actually a forest in this ancient ruins? After entering the ruins, Yifeng was surprised to find himself in a dense forest. Master. This should be your first time entering an ancient ruins. This is a small world. Even the smallest ancient ruins can easily accommodate millions of people. Moreover, it takes a lot of time to walk through the entire ancient ruins. Hearing Yifeng's words, the bald man beside him also explained with a smile. Small world? What kind of place was this ancient ruins? After hearing this, Yifeng looked at the bald man with curiosity and asked. According to rumors, all the ancient ruins that appear are the residences of the ancient mighty ones. And the ancient mighty ones are actually equivalent to the current peak powerhouses of the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm. But some people have said that the strength of the ancient mighty ones is more than 100 times stronger than the current peak powerhouses of the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm. Whether in terms of magical powers, immortal methods, immortal tools, etc., all are far beyond our era. And the reason why so many people flock to the ancient ruins is because there are many immortal herbs, immortal trees, immortal pills and other cultivation resources and natural treasures that have become extinct in the outside world. The bald man also briefly told Yifeng some of the situations he knew at this time. According to you, our era has declined. After hearing this, Yifeng also spoke in a slightly surprised voice. According to those who have received a lot of information in the ancient ruins, this is almost the case. When the bald man was about to continue to say something, he suddenly found a strange fairy grass not far away that was completely white, but with 9 blood-red petals. White lotus blood pearl. It is definitely the white lotus blood pearl. That is a legendary fairy grass that has been extinct in the outside world, even in the Tianhen battlefield. After confirming the situation of the white lotus blood pearl, the bald man also looked around with a serious face, and the whole person became alert. Bald brother. From your appearance, the fairy grass in the distance should be very precious, so why not just go over and collect it in the fairy ring? If it is collected too late, once it is discovered by others, it will be troublesome. Seeing the bald man's vigilant look at this time, Yifeng also expressed his thoughts in confusion. Master. My name is Tang Xiaoqiang, you can just call me Xiaoqiang. In the ancient ruins, once precious immortal herbs, immortal mines, immortal pills and other precious cultivation resources or natural treasures appear, there is a high probability that there will be powerful ancient immortal beasts guarding nearby. In the ancient ruins, we need to be vigilant not only to the other immortals, but also to the many powerful ancient immortal beasts here. Hearing Yifeng's words, Tang Xiaoqiang also explained. However, when Tang Xiaoqiang saw Yifeng walking towards the white lotus blood bead with big strides, he was stunned. He felt that he had just said something in vain. Roar. Just as Yifeng was about to pick the white lotus blood bead, a beast roar suddenly came from the bushes beside him, and then a 2-meter-tall white lion immortal beast appeared in their sight. Not good. Master, run away. This ancient fairy beast is extremely powerful, even more powerful than me. Just when Tang Xiaoqiang realized that this ancient fairy beast brought him a strong sense of crisis, he also hurriedly reminded Yifeng loudly, and at this moment, a terrifying aura that suppressed the world suddenly burst out from the sky. Heaven-killing palm. As Yifeng spit out a light sound, a huge palm print covering the sky and the sun appeared in Tang Xiaoqiang's sight. Fuck. This young man has no martial ethics. Is this the power that a 9th-level golden immortal realm cultivator can unleash? Seeing Yifeng gently press down with his right palm, the huge palm print in the air that covered the sky and the sun quickly fell down, and it was shrinking while falling, and finally directly smashed the ancient fairy beast that made him feel terrified into meat paste. Tang Xiaoqiang was completely scared. He couldn't imagine that if he had any bad thoughts about Yifeng before, he might not be able to stand here and breathe now. Just when Tang Xiaoqiang was still immersed in the shock of the terrifying palm just now, he saw that Yifeng had already handed the white lotus blood bead in front of him. What is this for? Is he going to give it to me? Or, if I dare to accept it, he will send me away directly to keep the poor ancient fairy beast company? Chapter 444, The first robber group in the universe makes its debut. Bald Chong. What are you still standing there for? Take the fairy grass. Seeing that Tang Xiaoqiang didn't respond for a long time, Yifeng also reminded him helplessly. Master, you want to give me this legendary white lotus blood bead? Hearing Yifeng's words, Tang Xiaoqiang couldn't believe his ears, but he didn't take it immediately because he thought of one thing, that is, Yifeng might not know how rare this white lotus blood bead is. After all, this is an extinct, legendary fairy grass. Even if Yifeng is a prodigal, he will never ignore it, because this is a treasure that can't be bought with money. Master. I can't take this white lotus blood bead. It is extinct in the outside world. When Tang Xiaoqiang was talking about the situation of the white lotus blood pearl, Yifeng interrupted him directly and said, I'll give it to you, you just keep it, why are you so slow? Besides, there are a lot of these broken things in my holy land. It may be a treasure in your eyes, but it's garbage in my eyes. Yifeng stuffed the white lotus blood pearl in his hand into Tang Xiaoqiang's hand. Garbage? You call this legendary fairy grass garbage? And there are a lot of them in your holy land? Hearing Yifeng's words, Tang Xiaoqiang was really shocked. He never thought that Yifeng was not only good at spending money, but also good at bragging. A moment later. What's going on? Why do all these immortals look so terrified? Could it be that a powerful ancient immortal beast has appeared ahead? After wandering around the forest for a while, Yifeng was puzzled when he saw hundreds of immortals suddenly appearing ahead, all of them running quickly in their direction with terrified faces. If nothing unexpected happens, there should be some powerful ancient fairy beast ahead. However, it's just an ancient fairy beast. Can it withstand a palm from Master Yi? Looking at the immortals who kept running away from him, Tang Xiaoqiang smiled, and then said directly to Yifeng beside him, Master Yi, where there are ancient fairy beasts, there is a high probability that there will be some rare cultivation resources or natural treasures. Otherwise, let's go and have a look. Before he finished speaking, when Tang Xiaoqiang turned his head to look at Yifeng, he found that Yifeng had disappeared beside him, and the whole person was stunned. Bald Chong. What are you doing standing there? Run. At this time, Yifeng's voice also sounded from behind him. Fuck. When did Master Yi run away? Hearing the voice, Tang Xiaoqiang also turned his head and looked over. When he saw Yifeng following the crowd and running away quickly, he was stunned at first, and then quickly chased after Yifeng. Young Master Yi. Why are we running? No matter how terrifying the ancient fairy beast in front is, it will definitely not be able to stop your palm. After catching up with Yifeng, Tang Xiaoqiang asked with a puzzled look on his face. Play. I haven't experienced this kind of running feeling yet. Besides, it feels great to follow this kind of running large group. Hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's question, Yifeng also smiled and explained. Play? Experience the feeling of running? After hearing Yifeng's explanation, Tang Xiaoqiang was really dumbfounded. He thought of countless possibilities, but he never thought that the reason why Yifeng ran with these immortals was just for fun. Brother, go. They all ran far away, shouldn't we hurry up and chase them? On the other side, the blood-sucking mantis holding two tripods looked at the fleeing immortals who had disappeared, and hurriedly asked the little yellow dog beside him. What's the hurry? With the one-armed madman here, who can escape? Besides, we are the first robbery group in the world. Every robbery must have some process. Otherwise, if the robbery is completed in one go, wouldn't it make the robbed people feel very uncomfortable? Hearing the blood-sucking mantis, the little yellow dog also explained aloud, and his face showed a smug look that everything was under control. Brother dog. Or you are the leader of our first robbery group in the world. You think more carefully than we do. The war mantis, and I only think about robbery, but ignore the feelings of those who are robbed. Hearing the little yellow dog's words, the little spear dragon holding a 50-meter-long spear beside him also flattered him. Bang! Yi Xiaojian, who was standing by, heard their conversation and slapped his forehead helplessly. He said in a broken heart, these are just three idiots. The sword dog was a little abnormal, and the blood-sucking mantis was normal. But with the addition of the little spear dragon, everything is abnormal now. At this moment, Yi Xiaojian suddenly noticed something and said in surprise, My lord has also come to this ancient ruins? No. I have to persuade them to give up this robbery. If my lord finds out that I have spoiled them like this, I will be useless. Thinking of this, Yi Xiaojian also looked at the little yellow dog and persuaded him, Brother dog, let's give up this robbery, there is a big terror ahead. Big terror? Looking at the entire ancient ruins, aren't you the most awesome big terror? Hearing what Yi Xiaojian said, the little yellow dog frowned in a very human way, and then asked in confusion, Xiaojian, is it possible that in this small ancient ruins, there is a greater terror than you? Brother dog. You are right. There was no one before, but there is now. I just sensed the breath of my master. He is now running away with the group of immortals. If we continue to chase him, we will have to rob my master at that time. After explaining, Yi Xiaojian was relieved. He didn't believe that the little yellow dog dared to continue the robbery after learning about this situation. What? The master is also in this ancient ruins? And he is also among the fleeing immortals? Hearing what Yi Xiaojian said, the little yellow dog also exclaimed in surprise, and then an extremely excited look appeared on the dog's face. He waved his paw and shouted excitedly to the blood-sucking mantis and the little gun dragon beside him, "Second brother, third brother, our chance to show off has come. It's time to let the master see our skilled robbery skills. Follow me." Not only not panicking, he also wants to rush over to show off? Seeing the little yellow dog leading the blood-sucking mantis and the little gun dragon to speed up and rush into the distance, Yi Xiaojian on the side was completely dumbfounded. This is not what he thought. Chapter 445. It's just a robbery, and this can be played with flowers? Too scary. Those robbers are not human. I was told to run 49 meters first, but who would have thought that the little boy would take out a 50-meter-long spear? If I hadn't reacted quickly, I would have seen blood. What's that? I met a handsome man in white. Just when I was infatuated with his handsome appearance, he took out 2 giant tripods to cut me. He really had no mercy on women. These are nothing. The most terrifying thing is that 2 men and a little boy actually listened to the command of a sword dog with flying swords under his feet. Who would believe this if I told them out? After hearing the discussions of the immortals around him, Yi Feng was stunned. Sword dog with flying swords under his feet. A handsome man in white clothes holding 2 tripods. A little boy holding a 50-meter-long spear. After hearing the descriptions of the crowd, the images of the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little spear dragon appeared in Yi Feng's mind. As for the other man, although he had not heard anyone's description, Yi Feng had already guessed who that man was. It was definitely the one-armed madman Yi Xiaojian. I didn't expect them to come to this ancient ruins. However, with Yi Xiaojian here, they could have completed the robbery directly, so why did they let these immortals run away all the time? Thinking of this, Yi Feng also revealed a hint of doubt. Young Master Yi. It turned out that it was not an ancient immortal beast, but a small robber group. Then should we continue to run away with them? At this time, Tang Xiaoqiang, who also heard the discussion, looked at Yi Feng and asked. Boom. At this moment, a terrifying breath of pressure appeared instantly. Under this suffocating and terrifying pressure, all the immortals stopped, and everyone trembled with fear. Bald Chong. It's over now. The opponent's strength is far superior to mine. Even I am no match for him. At this time, Yi Feng's trembling voice also sounded from the side. Young Master Yi. Leave the rest to me. Hearing Yi Feng's words, Tang Xiaoqiang also gritted his teeth and stood directly in front of Yi Feng, then looked at the 3 people and 1 dog in the distance with a solemn look. Guangtou Chang is not bad. Seeing Tang Xiaoqiang blocking him directly, Yi Feng nodded secretly. Everyone listen to me. Now, all of you, hold your heads with your hands and squat in a row. After coming over, the little yellow dog also shouted to everyone with a clamorous face. Interesting. I want to see how they robbed. Seeing the little yellow dog blinking at him, Yi Feng also smiled and squatted down to cooperate. Soon, hundreds of immortals squatted in a row, and everyone's eyes showed a look of panic. They didn't know what their fate would be next. Brother dog. Old rules? At this time, the blood-sucking mantis, holding the double tripods, walked in front of an immortal and asked the little yellow dog directly. Old rules. Hearing the blood-sucking mantis's question, the little yellow dog also smiled and nodded. Pung. Before the immortal could react, the blood-sucking mantis knocked him unconscious with the cauldron in its hand. Watch out for the gun. At this moment, the little spear dragon in the distance skillfully swung the 50-meter-long spear in his hand, first picking up the fainted immortal into the sky, and then the huge spear turned into countless spear shadows and launched a crazy stab at the unconscious immortal. A few seconds later, the fainted immortal slid down the spear shaft to the ground, but at this time, he was left with only a bitter tea seed on his body. At the same time, the immortal ring, the sound transmission stone, the broken immortal robe and other things also fell from the sky. Yi Xiaojian, who was standing by, also supported a large piece of cloth with both hands and skillfully collected all the things that fell. One knocked out. One searched with a spear. One received with a cloth bag. One controlled the overall situation not far away. Seeing this skillful operation, Yi Feng was really shocked. He didn't expect that Yi Xiaojian had been out with the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis and the little spear dragon for a short time, and he had already mastered the business to this extent. Fuck. That's too scary. It's just a robbery, but they're playing with it? Seeing this scene, Tang Xiaoqiang was also extremely shocked. He should have just handed over the things, but the other party played it like this. He had to admit that this small robbery group was definitely the most playful robbery group he had ever seen. Bang! 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 At this time, as the blood-sucking mantis killed a little kid, the little spear dragon in the distance kept picking up the fainted immortals and then began to stab wildly. This is the way they developed their own robbery. It has nothing to do with me. I don't know if my master will blame me later. Yi Xiaojian, who was holding a cloth bag and constantly catching the falling fairy rings, sound transmission stones and other supplies, was extremely anxious and muttered to himself at this time. It's too damn torturous. The guy holding the double tripods doesn't play by the rules either. This way of randomly selecting targets brings too much invisible pressure to other people. Seeing the immortals around him fainting on the ground one by one, the inexplicable pressure and tension almost made Tang Xiaoqiang collapse. Huh. When Tang Xiaoqiang found that except for him and Yi Feng, the rest of them had been knocked unconscious, he also breathed a sigh of relief, because he finally didn't have to worry about when he would be suddenly selected. Looking at the blood-sucking mantis coming towards the two of them, Tang Xiaoqiang was also calmly prepared to be knocked unconscious. Master Yi. I have one tripod for each kid, I think I can smash it well. However, to Tang Xiaoqiang's surprise, the blood-sucking mantis holding two tripods walked in front of the two of them and suddenly started talking to Yi Feng. Master Yi. I can wield this long spear well, right? Then, the little spear dragon in the distance also ran over from a distance holding a long spear, and then asked Yi Feng expectantly. Master. My lord. Soon, the little yellow dog and Yi Xiaojian also came in front of Yi Feng, and then shouted respectfully. Young Master Yi? Master? My lord? This crazy small robber group was actually trained by young Master Yi? Seeing this scene, Tang Xiaoqiang on the side was completely dumbfounded. He never dreamed that this crazy small robber group would be related to Yi Feng. Chapter 446, You 3-old 6, actually cheated me like this. Wait. Young Master Yi is so good at squandering money, it's not possible that all the family assets were robbed in this way. Thinking of this, Tang Xiaoqiang also showed a shocked look and looked at Yi Feng. The other side. Dog. Robbery is robbery. Why do you have to do so many tricks? Speaking of this, Yi Feng pretended to be serious and asked, who came up with this robbery method? Brother Go. It's over, Master Yi doesn't seem to be very satisfied with the robbery method we have researched. Brother Go. What should we do now? Hearing Yifeng's question, the blood-sucking mantis and the little gun dragon also used their spiritual consciousness to transmit their voices and directly asked the little yellow dog. What should we do? What did we research? Didn't Yi Xiaojian teach us? Hearing the questions from the blood-sucking mantis and the little gun dragon, the little yellow dog directly put the blame on Yi Xiaojian. Are you stupid? Are you three stupid this time? I told you at the beginning that robbery should be fast, accurate and ruthless, but you insisted on coming up with so many tricks. Now you don't know what to do. Seeing the silence of the robbers, Yi Xiaojian on the side also laughed secretly. What's going on? Why are you three looking at me? At this moment, when Yi Xiaojian found that the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little gun dragon were looking at him with a weird look, Yi Xiaojian admitted that at this moment, he was a little panicked. Master. I said at the time that robbery requires speed, accuracy, and ruthlessness. But Yi Xiaojian proposed a different opinion at the time, saying that we should create our own robbery characteristics. In the end, I couldn't get over him, so I simply agreed to his proposal. At this time, the little yellow dog also looked at Yifeng seriously and said, Fuck. That's my word. Not only did you steal my word, but you also made me take the blame? Hearing what the little yellow dog said, Yi Xiaojian couldn't believe his ears. In fact, he really wanted to say to the little yellow dog, You are such a dog, do your dog parents know? Ha ha ha. Looking at the smirking faces of the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little gun dragon. Looking at Yi Xiaojian's tearful expression, Yifeng couldn't help laughing. If he couldn't see that Yi Xiaojian was wronged, he would be really blind. Although this robbery method is a bit fancy. But, as a soldier under my prodigal god, how can I not have my own robbery characteristics? Xiaojian, the robbery method you taught them is very good. Do you have any reward you want? After laughing, Yifeng also looked at Yi Xiaojian and asked. Stunned. Hearing what Yifeng said, the robbers were stunned. Yi Xiaojian was also stunned. They never thought that Yifeng had dug a pit for them. You three old fools. Since you are so unkind to me, don't blame me for being unfair to you. Seeing that the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little spear dragon all showed extremely regretful expressions, Yi Xiaojian also looked directly at Yifeng and said, My lord, I want to give them a 10-day super hell-like devil training. Stare. Hearing what Yi Xiaojian said, the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little gun dragon all looked at him with their eyes wide open, especially the little yellow dog and the blood-sucking mantis. When they were in the lower world, they had experienced Yi Xiaojian's hellish devil training, which had left an indelible shadow in their hearts. And this time, they were going to have a super hellish devil training, which was going to kill them. Okay. It's time to improve their strength. Then I'll leave this to you. After saying that, Yifeng also smiled and patted Yi Xiaojian on the shoulder, and then took Tang Xiaocheng away. Brother Jian. Let's talk it over, don't do devilish training all the time. Have you forgotten the happy times we had during this period of time? When Yifeng left, the little yellow dog also looked at Yi Xiaojian and played the emotional card directly. No. Dog, that's your happy time. And the next 10 days are my happy time. Hearing what the little yellow dog said, Yi Xiaojian also said with a playful look. Young Master Yi. Are those very scary small robbers just now your soldiers? After leaving, Tang Xiaocheng hesitated for a while, but couldn't suppress his curiosity and looked directly at Yifeng to ask. That's right. They are all my soldiers. Not only that, have you ever heard of the Golden Legend? The Golden Legend? The Golden Legend that makes the chaotic wasteland tremble with fear? Damn it, is the Golden Legend also a soldier under Yi Xiao? Hearing Yifeng's words and thinking of this possibility, Tang Xiaocheng was really scared, And he was more certain that the reason why Yi Feng could be so unscrupulous and crazy was because these people supported him from behind. I didn't expect that I would hug such a big and thick leg without knowing it. This is definitely an opportunity for me. I don't want to be a temporary protector, I want to stay with Yi Xiao all the time. Thinking of this, Tang Xiaoqiang made a decision in his heart, that is, since Yi Feng likes to spend money, he is going to start from this aspect. Peng. 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 Not long after, with the sound of a fight suddenly coming from not far away, Yi Feng and Tang Xiaoqiang looked at each other and all rushed towards the direction of the fight. That's black dragon fruit. When the two came to the place where the fight took place, Tang Xiaoqiang's eyes were instantly attracted by a fairy tree not far away. To be more precise, he was attracted by the 3 fairy fruits on the fairy tree. What kind of fairy fruit is that? I don't know if it tastes good or not. Thinking of this, just when Yi Feng was about to ask Tang Xiaoqiang to pick the 3 black dragon fruits, Tang Xiaoqiang took the lead. After bursting out the powerful aura of the 9th peak of the immortal realm, he rushed directly towards the fairy tree. Not bad. Guangtou Chang is getting more and more discerning. I haven't said anything yet, but he guessed my idea. Seeing Tang Xiaoqiang rushing out, Yi Feng nodded with satisfaction. The ancient fairy beasts and immortals who were fighting fiercely not far away stopped immediately after noticing the powerful aura fluctuations of Tang Xiaoqiang. Seeing the other party rushing straight to the fairy tree, the eyes of the man and the beast also revealed a strong unwillingness. Chapter 447 Bald Chang stopped stealing trees and started to change his career to become a robber? Bald Chang. Hurry up and take those 3 fairy fruits. After seeing Tang Xiaoqiang successfully get the 3 fairy fruits, Yi Feng also shouted directly, but before he could finish, Tang Xiaoqiang threw the 3 black dragon fruits in his hand to the ground. Then in front of Yi Feng, the ancient fairy beast and the immortal, he directly trampled the 3 fairy fruits into fruit puree. I still want to taste it. In the end, you trampled it into fruit puree? Seeing this scene, Yi Feng was completely dumbfounded. He thought the other party was picking fairy fruits for him, but who would have thought that the other party actually turned the fairy fruits into fruit puree? Asshole! That's a black dragon fruit. Even if you don't want them, you can't waste them. You are so great just because you are strong? You can be so wasteful just because you are strong. The immortal not far away saw this scene and finally couldn't help cursing. He admitted that the other party had taken away the immortal fruit. Who told him that the other party was stronger than him, but the other party actually wasted the immortal fruit in front of him, which made him really unbearable. Is that guy stupid? Is he looking for death on purpose? Hearing this, Yi Feng on the side looked at the immortal with a look of looking at a fool, but when he turned his head and noticed that Tang Xiaoqiang suddenly picked up a wooden stick from the ground, a look of doubt appeared on his face. Although it has been a waste. But Yi Xiao's power is based on robbery, and I have to show some talent in this area. After weighing the wooden stick in his hand, Tang Xiaoqiang appeared in front of the immortal in a flash, and knocked the other party unconscious with a stick. What's going on? Bald Chang stopped stealing trees and started to become a robber? Seeing Tang Xiaoqiang knock the immortal unconscious and then search for the immortal ring, sound transmission stone and other items on the other party, Yi Feng was also stunned. It can be said that Tang Xiaoqiang's successive actions were all beyond his imagination. What should I do? Should I run or flee? This powerful immortal is so fucking perverted. At this time, the ancient immortal beast not far away saw this scene, and there was a trace of fear in its eyes. After all, it had nothing but this handsome hair on its body. If the other party knocked it out and balled it, it would definitely go crazy. What are you looking at? You can't escape from the empty, do you think you can escape? After looting the poor immortal, Tang Xiaoqiang, holding a wooden stick, also looked directly at the ancient immortal beast, not far away. Ah! Seeing this scene, Yi Feng in the distance also covered his forehead with his hands helplessly, and thought in his heart, this bald Chang was originally quite normal, but is his learning ability too strong? No. Those people in the Holy Land are already very abnormal, and bald Chang must not be taken back. If he learns the essence of those people, the Holy Land will probably be even more chaotic. At this time, Yi Feng also made a decision. Ding. Remind the host that Tang Xiaoqiang has great development potential and is worthy of the host to take him back and train him with all his strength, and even accept him as a personal disciple. However, just when Yi Feng had just made a decision, the voice of the system suddenly rang out from his mind. I just decided not to take him back, and you reminded me to train him with all my strength. And you also suggested that I accept him as a personal disciple? After hearing the system's prompt, Yi Feng was completely stunned. Young Master Yi. What should I do with this bald ancient fairy beast? Roast it and eat it? Just when Yi Feng was confused, Tang Xiaoqiang also came back carrying the unconscious and bald ancient fairy beast, and then asked directly. Just a little hungry. Then roast it. Hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's question, Yi Feng also nodded and said. Ancient fairy beast, it said that I won't leave empty-handed. I gave you all the hair. Why don't you let me go like this? A moment later. Bald Chang. Why did you crush those 3 fairy fruits into pulp? I was thinking of asking you to bring them back to taste. While eating the roasted fairy beast legs, Yi Feng also asked Tang Xiaoqiang. Hearing this, Tang Xiaoqiang trembled all over. He was thinking about squandering money, but he never thought that Yi Feng was still thinking about tasting the taste of the black dragon fruit. No. I have to think of a reasonable excuse. After thinking for a while, Tang Xiaoqiang looked at Yi Feng with an apologetic look and explained, Young Master Yi, I neglected this matter. I thought you were a spendthrift and would definitely not be interested in these rubbish fairy fruits, so I just trampled the fairy fruits into pulp. Rubbish fairy fruit? Asshole, you actually said that the black dragon fruit is a rubbish fairy fruit. That is the best fairy fruit, second only to the top 10 fairy fruits in the immortal battlefield. At this time, the immortal who woke up in a daze just heard what Tang Xiaoqiang said, and he was so angry that he cursed again. You don't have to do it. I can do it myself. After cursing, seeing Tang Xiaoqiang directly pick up the wooden stick beside him, the immortal said this very hard, and then he hit a big tree next to him and fainted on the ground again. So that immortal fruit is called black dragon fruit. However, it is not even as good as the top 10 immortal fruits in the Tiandao battlefield. It is indeed a garbage immortal fruit. It is not unfair for Bald Chang to step on it. Seeing the immortal who fainted on the ground again, Yi Feng also recognized the saying of garbage immortal fruit. Bald Chang. From now on, we must get down to business. I entered this ancient ruins this time with only one purpose, that is to find the 10,000-year black ice dew. After drinking and eating, Yi Feng also looked at Tang Xiaoqiang and told him the real purpose of coming to the ancient ruins this time. Looking for the 10,000-year black ice dew, hearing Yi Feng's words, Tang Xiaoqiang pointed directly to a wooden barrel, normal size, not far away and said, Young Master Yi, isn't the water used to wash the fairy beast meat just now the 10,000-year mysterious ice dew? Stunned. Tang Xiaoqiang was completely stunned at this time. He clearly had a barrel and even used it as ordinary water. But now he said that the purpose of coming to the ancient ruins was to find the 10,000-year mysterious ice dew. Isn't this a contradiction? Yes. That's the 10,000-year mysterious ice dew. But what does having the 10,000-year mysterious ice dew have to do with me looking for the 10,000-year mysterious ice dew? Hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's words, Yi Feng asked back with a serious face. Huh? Although I feel that something is wrong, after thinking about it carefully, what young Master Yi said is not wrong. Boom. Just when Tang Xiaoqiang felt that Yifeng's point of view was not wrong, the entire ancient ruined space trembled violently. Chapter 448. Oh no, the guardian fairy beast was hijacked. Damn it. Who on earth was the idiot who woke up the guardian fairy beast? After noticing the strangeness of the ruins, Tang Xiaoqiang seemed to have thought of something, and he cursed with a sullen face. Guardian Chang. What guardian fairy beast? Hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's words, Yifeng also asked curiously. Young Master Yi. The guardian immortal beast is the strongest ancient immortal beast in this relic space, with a terrifying cultivation base of the ninth peak of the immortal tribulation realm, but it is an ancient immortal beast, and its true strength is definitely dozens of times that of the strong men of the same realm in this era. It is precisely because of this that no matter which ancient relic, once the guardian immortal beast is awakened, everyone must immediately flee the relic space, otherwise, no matter how many immortals there are, they will be slaughtered by the guardian immortal beast. Hearing Yifeng's question, Tang Xiaoqiang also told some information about the guardian immortal beast. Bald Chang. Then do you think this guardian immortal beast knows where the 10,000 years mysterious ice is? After listening to what Tang Xiaoqiang said, Yifeng suddenly thought of something and asked again. Of course I know. The guardian fairy beast has been guarding here for tens of thousands of years. Not to mention the 10,000-year black ice dew, I'm afraid it knows exactly how many plants and trees there are here. At this point, Tang Xiaoqiang also reacted suddenly, and then showed an incredible look at Yifeng and said, Young Master Yi, you don't want to catch this guardian fairy beast and let it take us to find the 10,000-year black ice dew? Seeing Yifeng nodded, Tang Xiaoqiang also hurriedly persuaded, Young Master Yi, although you are very powerful, the guardian fairy beast is far more powerful than this era, and it is not something we can deal with at all. What? The guardian fairy beast is powerful, you can catch it back to the Holy Land and raise it for fun. At this point, Yifeng also patted Tang Xiaoqiang on the shoulder and laughed, Guangtou Chang, should I say it, your suggestion is really good. What is my suggestion really good? Who said to catch it back to the Holy Land and raise it for fun? I said to run away quickly. Hearing Yifeng's words, Tang Xiaoqiang was going crazy. He really wanted to ask Yifeng, are we talking on the same channel? System. Use the function of peeping into the secrets of heaven once to find the location of the guardian fairy beast. Ignoring the startled Tang Xiaoqiang, Yifeng directly gave the system an order. Soon, a small map projection appeared in front of Yifeng. Bald Chang. After finding the 10,000-year black ice dew, do you want to go back to the Holy Land with me? On the way to the location of the guardian fairy beast, Yifeng also asked Tang Xiaoqiang out of boredom. Seeing that Tang Xiaoqiang did not answer, but put the wooden stick in his hand, Yifeng was confused. He didn't understand why the other party put the wooden stick in his hand when he just asked a question. Young Master Yi. How can you still have doubts about this kind of question? If I dare not go back to the Holy Land with you, you will beat me to death with this wooden stick. At this time, Tang Xiaoqiang also looked at Yifeng seriously and said, I was asking a question. But you turned it into a threat. Hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's words, and looking at the wooden stick in his hand, Yifeng suddenly had the urge to hit the other party with a stick first. It's over. Just by meeting the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little spear dragon, Bald Chang has evolved to such an abnormal level. If he returns to the Holy Land, he will definitely take off. Others will be infected by him at that time. Thinking of this, Yifeng didn't dare to think about it anymore. He thought to himself, now, I am probably the only normal person left in Xinghuan Peak. I must stick to my original intention and never let them lead me astray. 2 hours later. Young Master Yi. Haven't you arrived yet? In theory, except for the two of us, there should be no other immortals in the entire ancient ruins. After the awakened guardian fairy beast senses our breath, it should also rush towards us. Tang Xiaoqiang, who continued to fly with Yi Feng, also asked the doubts in his heart at this time. Fuck. It's over. Hurry up. It's too late, I'm afraid the guardian fairy beast will be killed. Hearing Tang Xiaoqiang's words, Yi Feng's mind flashed, and suddenly he thought of the 3 clowns who claimed to be the first robber group in the world, and they were still in this ancient ruins. Faced with such an interesting species as the guardian fairy beast, they must be very interested. On the other side. Little lion. Don't tell me that your belongings are just this little. In a magnificent hall, the little yellow dog looked at some immortal herbs, immortal pills, immortal tools, and other cultivation resources and natural treasures in front of him, and said to the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion lying on the ground with fear. Lord Dog. These are the things left by the master. They can be said to be the most expensive in this ancient ruins. Although there are few, they are of high value. Seeing the slightly dissatisfied look of the little yellow dog, the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion also explained with trembling body, and at the same time, he collapsed in his heart. I have guarded the master's cultivation space for hundreds of thousands of years, and I don't know how many human cultivators who came to spy on the master's treasures have been killed, but I never dreamed that one day I, a dignified ancient immortal beast, the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion, would fall on a dog. Not good. Little lion, your answer does not satisfy me. Hearing what the little yellow dog said, the blood-sucking mantis holding 2 tripods and the little spear dragon holding a 50-meter-long spear also walked towards the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion again with excitement. Damn it. These 2 lackeys are here again. Seeing the bloodthirsty mantis and the little spear dragon coming towards him, the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion gradually showed a look of collapse, and shouted in his heart, Master, the world outside has become too scary now, I can't stand it. Wait. I suddenly remembered that the master seemed to have a small treasure house in this palace, and there seemed to be something in it. Just as the blood-sucking mantis and the little spear dragon walked in front of and behind it and prepared to attack again, the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion finally couldn't stand it and shouted. It really didn't want to be tortured by these 2 devils again. Thinking of one using a double tripod to madly bombard its head, and the other using such a long spear to madly shoot at its back, that kind of torture is simply worse than death. Chapter 449, Treat the human race gently, and hit hard against the same race, fuck. Brother dog, awesome. How do you know it didn't tell everything? Hearing the words of the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion, the blood-sucking mantis also looked at the little yellow dog with a shocked face and exclaimed. Brother dog. Either you say you are our big brother, if it were me, I'm afraid I would really be deceived by it. At this time, the little spear dragon was also very skilled in flattering the little yellow dog. Hearing the praise from the 2 younger brothers, the little yellow dog also revealed a smug look, but secretly thought in his heart, damn, this money came too suddenly, I haven't figured out how to pack it. The little yellow dog didn't know the secret of the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion's hidden treasure trove. It was just bored and blew it up casually. Who would have thought that it would really blow up something? What are you 2 still doing? Do it. Just as the blood-sucking mantis and the little gun dragon were about to walk back to the little yellow dog, the little yellow dog suddenly asked. I have explained everything clearly, and you still want to do it to me? Although you are a dog, you can't be such a dog. Lord Dog. I have confessed everything. Why are you still attacking me? Although he thought so, the 8-winged golden-eyed lion didn't dare to say it out loud. Instead, he looked at the little yellow dog with a pitiful look and asked. The bloodthirsty mantis and the little spear dragon also had this doubt. They didn't understand why the other party continued to attack him when he had already confessed everything. Although you confessed. But why didn't you explain everything clearly before? Do you think I'm easy to fool? At this point, the little yellow dog looked directly at the blood-sucking mantis and the little spear dragon and said, "Go ahead, beat them hard, just don't kill them." Fuck. You'll get beaten even if you don't tell me. It seems like you'll get beaten even worse if you tell me. If I had known this would happen, I might as well not tell you. Seeing that the angry blood-sucking mantis and the little spear dragon were ready to start, the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion wanted to cry to death. If it could be given another chance, it would never wake up. Even if someone stood on its head and clattered, it would only smile slightly and would never open its eyes. Ancient Palace. Young Master Yi, that should be the hall where the owner of this ancient ruins once lived. If nothing unexpected happens, the guardian fairy beast should be in there. Before Tang Xiaoqiang finished speaking, he saw a familiar figure standing at the entrance of the hall, which made him hold back the few words he didn't say. What's going on? Why is that one-armed swordsman here? Thinking of this, Tang Xiaoqiang suddenly thought of something. At this moment, he finally understood why the guardian fairy beast didn't look for him and Yifeng, and finally understood what Yifeng meant by "go quickly," otherwise the guardian fairy beast will be killed by Huahua. My lord. You are here. Seeing Yifeng coming, Yi Xiaojian also shouted respectfully. Xiaojian. How is the guardian fairy beast? Is it still alive? Yifeng also asked with some concern at this time. After all, none of the three living treasures are normal now, so he is now very worried about the safety of the guardian fairy beast. My lord. I was originally planning to take them and leave here. But they thought about the super hellish devil training they would have to go through in the next 10 days, so they begged me to do something big before leaving, so I brought them here to rob the guardian beast. Just as Yi Xiaojian was about to say something else, Yifeng interrupted him and said, I don't want to know how you got here. I just want to know what happened to the guardian beast. My lord. The guardian beast is still alive, but it's not far from death. Hearing Yifeng's repeated questioning, Yi Xiaojian hurriedly explained. A moment later. Fuck. It's too brutal. When Yifeng led Tang Xiaoqiang into the ancient hall, he couldn't help but exclaimed when he saw the miserable state of the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion that was hit by double damage. Too scary. That young man in white holding the two tripods, and the little boy holding the long spear, Yi Xiao said that they are all immortal beasts. I didn't expect them to be gentle to human cultivators, but to hit hard against their own kind. Thinking of the gentle robbery methods of the blood-sucking mantis and the little spear dragon against those immortals before, and now seeing the brutal robbery methods against the guardian immortal beasts, Tang Xiaoqiang couldn't help but sigh. Master. Why are you here? Seeing Yifeng coming in from outside, the little yellow dog also ran over quickly, and then rubbed his head against Yifeng's trouser legs, and asked with a smirk. Fuck. That dog actually has such a mean side? Where is the arrogant attitude towards me just now? At this time, the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion who was holding back the pain saw the cute side of the sword dog at this time, and he also started to complain wildly in his heart. Pung. When Yifeng saw the little yellow dog showing this cute look again, he couldn't help but kicked it away with one foot. Xiaojian. Take them away. As for this guardian fairy beast, leave it to me. After kicking the little yellow dog away, Yifeng looked at Yi Xiaojian on the side and said directly. My lord. I will take them away now. Yi Xiaojian responded quickly after hearing this. Wait a minute. Master, we haven't finished robbing yet. In this hall, in addition to these garbage in front of us, there is also a small treasure house. Hearing Yifeng's words, the little yellow dog who ran back also hurriedly reminded him. Garbage? These fairy herbs, fairy pills, fairy tools, and other things in front of me, any one of them makes me drool, but you actually call them garbage? Are all the robbers so rich now? Hearing what the little yellow dog said, Tang Xiaoqiang was really stimulated. He never dreamed that his vision was not as good as a dog. He actually regarded the garbage that a dog despised as a treasure. Bang! 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 Yi Xiaojian ignored the little yellow dog's words. He took the stick handed over by Yi Feng and knocked the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little spear dragon unconscious. Then he quickly left the ancient hall with the unconscious robber Sanbao. It's over, it's over. This young man is more terrible than that dog. Why is my fate so miserable? Seeing the young man opposite staring at him with a playful look, the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion also showed a trace of fear in his eyes. He didn't know what was waiting for him next. Chapter 450 Farewell to the two adults. The eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion was so excited that he almost cried. What kind are you? Yi Feng also looked at the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion with curiosity and asked. What kind? Hearing Yi Feng's question, the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion was stunned at first, then reacted and said quickly, My lord, I am the ancient fairy beast eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion. Eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion? This name is quite intimidating, so I will call you Xiaobazi from now on. After hearing this, Yi Feng also directly gave the other party a resounding nickname. Xiaobazi? Where are my most distinctive golden eyes? Where is the mad lion that best reflects my species? All of a sudden, there are only wings left? Hearing Yi Feng's address to himself, the eight-winged golden-eyed mad lion was almost crying, and even now, it couldn't help but want to ask Yi Feng, are you so casual when naming? Yi Xiaojiao, it's not just casual, it can also be changed at will. Little 8. I'm asking you, do you know where the 10,000 years mysterious ice dew is? Yi Feng looked at the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion and asked directly. Sir, I know where the 10,000 years mysterious ice dew is. If you need it, I can take you there right away. Although he didn't know why Yi Feng was looking for the 10,000 years mysterious ice dew, with the experience and lessons from the little yellow dog before, the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion also answered very tactfully. There is also a small treasure house hidden here, right? Take out everything in the small treasure house first, and then take me to get the 10,000 years mysterious ice dew. Hearing the answer of the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion, Yi Feng also spoke directly. After a while. Bald Chong. All the things here are for you. I'll go with it to get the 10,000 years mysterious ice dew first. After that, Yi Feng took the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion away from the ancient hall. Test. This is definitely Master Ye's last test for me. That dog said these are garbage, so if I want to follow Master Yi, I must keep up with him. If I really collect all this garbage, I'm afraid Master Yi will be very disappointed. Thinking of this, Tang Xiaoqiang made an extremely crazy decision. On the other side. Nima. If Xiaobazi hadn't led the way, how the hell would I have found it? After arriving in a quiet valley, he walked into a cave and passed through a series of intricate tunnels extending underground, and finally found the 10,000 years mysterious ice dew at the end. My lord. This is a naturally formed treasure land. Only a small bottle of 10,000 years mysterious ice dew can be collected every 10,000 years, and every 10,000 years I will come to collect and replace the bottle. At this time, the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion also talked about the situation here. I have to come here to collect and replace the bottle every 10,000 years? Then why don't you just put a large container, then it won't be so troublesome. After hearing this, Yi Feng also looked at the eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion with a look of looking at a fool and asked the doubts in his heart. My lord. You don't know. The reason why I do this is to give myself something to do. The eight-winged golden-eyed crazy lion hurriedly explained after hearing this. Ding. Congratulations to the host for completing the task. The reward is 80 million squandering points and 8 immortality pills. After listening to the explanation of the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion, Yi Feng directly took the small bottle containing the 10,000 years mysterious ice dew, and the system's task reward prompt sounded. This reward is really generous. Not to mention the waste of money, this task actually directly rewarded me with 8 immortal ascension pills. Together with the ones I accumulated before, I have already reached 17. If I get another one, I can directly break through from the 9th peak of the Golden Immortal Realm to the 9th peak of the Immortal Emperor Realm. Even if I take it now, I can break through to the 8th peak of the Immortal Emperor Realm. If the 8 elders of the Holy Land see this, they will be scared to death. Thinking that the most powerful elder Taishu in the Holy Land is only at the 7th peak of the Immortal Emperor Realm, Yi Feng's face also revealed a smug look. The 10,000-year mysterious ice dew is already in hand. It's time to leave this ancient ruins. Hearing Yi Feng's muttering, the 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion beside him was so excited that he almost cried. He thought he would suffer a new round of torture. Who would have thought that happiness would come so suddenly and catch it off guard? Ancient Hall. What? What is that guy doing? Didn't the master tell him to put away all the things? Why did he burn them all? After returning to the main hall, the 8-winged golden-eyed lion was stunned when he saw the blazing fire burning in the main hall and the countless rare elixirs, immortal herbs, immortal woods, paintings containing sword arts and other treasures. After all, those were all good things left by its owner. Even if they were put away now, they would be top-notch treasures if they were taken out casually. Bald Chong. What are you doing? Yi Feng, who was standing by, saw this scene and asked with surprise. Play. Spendthrift. What's the point of keeping these broken things? It's better to let them dissipate in the gorgeous flames at the last moment. Hearing Yi Feng's question, Tang Xiaqiang also explained with a smug look on his face. Pa. 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 Hearing Tang Xiaqiang's words, Yi Feng also clapped his hands with satisfaction, and then said, Guangtou Chang, I should say it or not, you have such ideological awareness, which really surprised me a little, but you can't be too proud, you have to keep it up in the future. It's so damn scary. This is really Yi Xiao's test of me. Fortunately, I made the most correct choice. Seeing Yi Feng's satisfied look, Tang Xiaqiang also secretly rejoiced in his heart. You two are spendthrifts. You destroyed so many good things, and you are still happy, and you have to keep it up in the future? The 8-winged golden-eyed mad lion beside him also showed a look of shock when he heard the conversation between the two. To be honest, he was almost heartbroken when he saw the treasures being burned. If he had known that the final fate of those treasures would be like this, he might as well use them himself, but thinking that the two would leave soon and he could return to his happy life of being king, the 8-winged golden-eyed crazy lion didn't care much about the treasures that were burned. Bald Chong. The 10,000-year mysterious ice dew is in hand. It's time for us to leave. Then, Yi Feng spoke directly to Tang Xiaqiang. Farewell, two adults. Hearing this, the 8-winged golden-eyed crazy lion beside him knelt on the ground excitedly and shouted at the two people.